We're here at the 2015 Honda Indy Toronto talking to James Vance. James is one of the top up-and-coming young sports car drivers here in the country, but James is not here today as a driver. He's here today in another capacity. James, what brings you to the Indy today?
Well, what did bring me to the Indy today was I was coaching this weekend for a Canadian touring car driver, Martin Crisp. Unfortunate turn of events during practice and ended up hitting the wall, thus ending our weekend. But yeah, I'm here checking out the event today and really kind of catching up with everyone I know and seeing you guys. So.
Now, you were in the car last in Detroit in the prototype challenge class. How did that race go for you?
That race was eventful to say the least. My co-driver James French did a great job. Qualified on pole. We led until about 20 minutes to go, I believe. But it was just very variable conditions throughout my stint. You know, it was raining in different parts of the track, and we stayed out on slicks, and it made it very, very tricky. And without the experience, you know, it's difficult to really capitalize on those cars' strengths in those conditions, and it was difficult to keep up with those other two guys, so settling for third was a good result.
Now, your plans for the rest of this season are still a bit fluid, shall we say. You're hoping to get back into the prototype challenge car again at some point in time this year, but you're also looking at some other opportunities. What else might be on the close horizon for James Vance?
Yeah, so I mean, you know, hopefully with the Glen coming up, a potential last-minute call, I wouldn't be against it to get in the car and the prototype for that event. And then hopefully again for Petite. So we'll see. You know, I kind of play the prototype game at this point by ear. I'm very fortunate to be in the position I am to even have the opportunity to drive such a car at this point in my career. So, you know, I kind of just count my blessings every time I get the opportunity to drive it. In regards to the rest of this year, I have a few races lined up with Racer's Edge and Ford Mustang in the Continental Tire Sports Car Championship in the GS class. And hopefully we can capitalize on that, get some good results. But apart from that, nothing really else in the pipeline.
Now, like all race drivers in general, but probably Canadian race drivers in particular, funding is a big issue for you. Now, you're in the on-season here. You're always going to be looking for sponsors. What are you doing at this point in time to try and put something together for and even as far ahead as next year?
Honestly, man, I think it's mostly utilizing any potential business-to-business opportunities you can see. And I mean, it all comes down to dollars for everyone, right? So if you can kind of show a company that they can make money and you have a vessel for them to do it, then, you know, more times than not, they're going to want to come on board. That's kind of my MO right now, raising some money and, you know, going racing. But like I said, I've been very, very fortunate to get the last-minute opportunities I've had, and I'll take them all day long just to get back in the car.
Now, you, like many race drivers, you started racing karts.
Yes, that's correct. Started racing go-karts at the tender age of 11 at Goodwood Kartways, actually, like many Canadian go-kart drivers like James Hinchcliffe, actually. Yeah, so started off racing go-karts, did that till I was about 17, and then started testing different open wheel cars, and realized that open wheel was probably not feasible financially. And then, yeah, went on to start the Mazda MX-5 Cup in 2013.
And last year you did some time with another Canadian team, Compass 360 Racing. How did that prepare you, and what were the differences jumping from the Compass 360 Honda into the prototype challenge car at Daytona this year?
I believe, you know, the professionalism of the team and the series, it was really good to be around all of that. You know, it prepared you from perhaps an off-track standpoint whilst being at the track. But in regards to, you know, getting to the 24 and going from first session through to the whole event, there was no real comparison. I mean, when you're out of the car, you're getting tugged left, right, and center because you've got to go do something. When you're in the car, it's more times than not very, very in depth at all times. You know, it's like there's no real time to have a break for anything. So.
Do you think there's any chance we'll see you at the Tudor Sports Car Race at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park behind the wheel of anything this year?
Yes, I'm scheduled to race in the Ford Mustang in the Continental Tire Sports Car Championship GS class, and working on another thing right now, which could potentially see me in the prototype. So hopefully we'll see.
Perfect. So that's good news. That's James Vance from the Honda Indy Toronto 2015, and look for James coming up at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in July.